Geeks, nerds, gamers, and trolls. This is your MMOBomb.com first look at Endless Battle, a free-to-play online battle arena published and developed by Netdragon, now available free-to-play on Steam. And this is maybe the best example I've ever played of a fun idea wrapped up in terrible execution. It's a game whose core idea is to basically be a game developed around the idea of participating in World of Warcraft battlegrounds. There's different game modes. There's Capture the Flag. There's a single lane MOBA type map. There are area control maps. There's lots of fun ideas in here. A game that is just built around battlegrounds without the PvE and trying to balance PvE and PvP. I always say PvE games should stick to PvE, and PvP games should be developed specifically for PvP. On the outside looking in, that looks like what this is going to be. Unfortunately, it is one of the cruddiest clients I have ever downloaded on my computer. It is one of the worst games we have ever taken a first look at, or at least me personally, for MMOBomb. We're going to dive in, do a first look. This is not a full review. This is not an expert guide. As always, this is a first look where we jump in, see what the game looks like, sounds like, plays like, help you decide if it's a game that you would like to try. Now, we will get into all of my issues with this game, but let's just start out talking a little bit about what the game is. You start out choosing a class, and you're going to choose between a knight, or a mage, or a warrior, or a priest, or an assassin. I believe those are the 5 classes in the game. And you're going to be able to go in outside of the game mode and customize those. As you level up, you're going to gain access to new abilities that you can equip, and then level those abilities up as well by playing the game, gaining experience, and then spending some currency that you earn in the game. So we've queued up for a random battleground, 10 versus 10. I've chosen my class at the beginning of the game, which in this gameplay I believe is the knight. And we're running around playing a Capture the Flag type mode, which is what we were given this time around. First team to capture the flag, bring it back to their base. When their flag is there 3 times, wins the game. Played that mode in World of Warcraft before. It's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy Capture the Flag. Those elements of this game really interest me and make me want to play the game. Unfortunately, other aspects make me want to uninstall this immediately. And I almost came real close to messaging Burn and being like, dude, this game is so crap I can't even get it to launch because I couldn't get it to launch. What you're looking at now is the very first time I ever launched the game. I got a 100% login screen and then had a 100% loading screen. Still logging in at 100%. It stayed like this indefinitely. It was long enough for me to realize it was frozen, go to OBS, hit the record button, record a little bit of it, turn it off, try to figure out what's going on with it. I eventually had to just close the game and start completely over. This is going to be a running theme the first time you do anything in this game. Let's take, for example, trying to go into full screen mode. The very first time I tried to put this client into full screen mode and then moved over to OBS to try to record some footage or do anything, the entire game crashed. It disappeared completely off of my computer. Task Manager did not show it, but I could hear the music for the game still running on my computer. The only way I found to fix that was to completely reboot my computer. Once I got it rebooted, going to full screen did not completely crash my computer, but the game would not stay in full screen mode. Here you can see me moving it around in OBS trying to get it to line up. Here I've got it in full screen mode, but there again, every time I take my mouse out of the screen and try to do anything else, like go to OBS or adjust the sound setting or anything like that, it jumps back and forth between it's not even true full screen mode, it's a windowed full screen, to this small, not 16:9 ratio window. And you're going to see footage here in just a second of me going back and forth with that, trying to get it to stay full screen in OBS. It will not do it. Hence, when we go back to the gameplay, you see the black bars on either side of the footage, and I apologize for that, but I have no other option at this point. And so we'll jump back to footage for just a minute. So you can now notice the fantastic black bars on either side of the footage because the game will not remain in full screen mode. What is actually a windowed full screen, which is fine, which is what I play most games in anyway, especially if I'm recording, but it will not stay full screen on my monitor. What I'm playing on right now, it may look full screen-ish in the recording. I'm not sure how the resolution is going to come out once I render this because it was a window that did not come close to filling up my entire monitor. Unfortunate, another example of this game being executed poorly. But we are not done. I give to you the first time I tried to go to the Steam store to see the prices of purchasing the real cash currency for the game. It completely froze up Steam. The overlay would not go away. I couldn't do anything with the overlay, the Steam overlay. Completely had to restart the client. Good times had by all. Isn't it fantastic when nothing in a client works the way it should? Everything crashes or freezes up the client, and you're constantly having to either restart the client or reboot your computer entirely to get it to run the way it's supposed to. I think that's fan-freaking-tastic. With all that being said, I'll just go ahead and add one more thing to my list of frustrations with this game, especially when I first got started. It's something that I'm not even sure I would have brought up otherwise, but with all the other problems I was having, this next thing was just the straw that broke the camel's back, and I was just over it the moment it happened, and that's with the way that you choose your name in this game. You see, despite the fact that you log in directly through Steam, the game decides that you shall have some random name that doesn't even make any sense whatsoever. So, it luckily does give you one quote-unquote free rename token card, whatever it calls it. So here I am trying my name. They all contain illegal characters. At this point, I'm thinking, oh, noob must be something they don't want, so I'm trying other stuff. And it's still telling me that it has illegal characters in it. So now I'm just trying to be funny for the recording. You can see me keep trying a couple of names. Yeah, here we go. I'm just trying to be funny for the recording. I'm like, oh, it'll turn this one down. Oh, nope, that's now the name I'm stuck with. I have used my rename token. Congratulations to me. It let me have the fuck, but wouldn't let me have noob fridge or salt fridge or anything like that. The game doesn't like the word fridge. If the game doesn't like me, I'm obviously not gonna like the game. So yeah, a lot of bugs, a lot of frustration trying to get started in the game. Oh, but wait, I forgot about something. It wasn't really a bug or a frustration, but do you remember me telling you how this is sort of World of Warcraft Battlegrounds? And that's kind of what the gameplay is supposed to be, is taking the ideas of those World of Warcraft Battlegrounds and bringing them into a client that's specifically tailored for that gaming experience? Hang on one second. Tell me if you recognize this sound. Now, if you've ever played World of Warcraft for any significant amount of time at all, you are most definitely going to recognize the sound that WoW makes when you accept a quest, which has been, and I don't hesitate to say this at all, directly ripped and copied from World of Warcraft and placed in this game. I don't think there's any question about it whatsoever. That is the sound of World of Warcraft quest acceptance. And there it is when a game loads. Just being there, hanging out, no big deal at all. And that is like the most obvious thing that, like, the moment it happened, I was like, holy crap. Instantly, I recognized that sound and knew what it was. So I don't know how many other things that are in this game that just in my short time playing it, I just missed or didn't instantly recognize like that. But that sound is ingrained in my memory for all time. I could be 99 years old with Alzheimer's and don't remember my wife's name. That sound will get a reaction out of me and I will know what it is. So it hit me like a slap in the face the moment it happened. And I was like, oh no, I can't believe this is a thing. So what's going on here? What's the problem? What happened? Why is this so wrong on so many levels? Because like I said, this is actually a really fun idea. A client specifically tailored for Battlegrounds and going in and having your control options the way you want them. You can control in action mode. You can control with mouse move. You can make it more like a MOBA if you want. You can play it like a third-person MMO if you want. Why is it so bad? What happened? Well, if you haven't noticed already, let's jump out to the menu and everything should become crystal clear for you. Now, if you've never played a mobile game in your entire life, I'm going to forgive you for not instantly realizing what's going on here. So I'll just go ahead and let you in on a little secret. This is the UI, this is the gameplay, these are the animations, these are the graphics of a mobile game. This is a mobile port that, as far as I can find, doesn't actually have a mobile game that exists. It's a mobile game that just went to PC. Maybe it exists over in China somewhere and I just couldn't find it. All I know is on the Google Play Store, Googling it, I can't find a mobile version of this game that exists in a language that I understand. And all the tropes, all the things that you would expect in a mobile game are 100% here. Fret not, for your mobile experience shall not stop with just the UI and the game client. It shall continue into the store and into the progression system and into how powerful your character can be in the game. You want lockboxes? We've got lockboxes. Lots and lots of lockboxes. You can buy said lockboxes too. You can buy them with in-game currency, but conveniently enough, you can buy the cash shop currency, which converts to every type of in-game currency that's available. The gold and the gems can both be purchased with real-world money. So yes, you do get two currencies just by playing the game and then participating in special events for the gems. But you can also just go into the shop and buy the cash shop currency and convert that into either one of those currencies you so choose. Do you miss Paladin's OB64, where they took away the ability to directly purchase the cards that let you customize your character? Well, don't worry, it's in this game. You cannot directly purchase any of the abilities for the characters other than some of the starting ones. The rest of them come in, guess what? Lockboxes, which randomly grant you abilities. Want to level up the skills that you do already have? Well, you need to play the game to do that because you're going to need to gain experience by using those skills. But once you come out into the menu to level those up, you're going to have to spend that experience plus gold. Gold is a free currency that comes just by playing the game. However, every time you level up, it gets more and more expensive to level up that ability. I'm already to the point where abilities are costing 1,000 gold or more to level up, and I'm only a few levels into a few of them. So there again, you can go buy that cash shop currency and convert it into gold and level up even more abilities by spending money. Now, is there a cap for how high an ability can go, how much damage and defense it can have? I honestly don't know the answer to that. There again, this is the first look. I haven't gone that far into the game. So I can't say that if it's an open-ended system where you never run into a cap, that you can pay to win. But you can definitely 100% pay to have an advantage over people who are not paying to play the game. Absolutely, you can spend some money and rank your abilities up faster. Like I said, you had to have the experience from playing the game, but you're going to run into a point where you're out of gold to level those up, and you're going to play even longer to get the gold to level up those abilities. And then you can just spend some cash shop currency and go ahead and level those up and spend that experience and have an advantage over everybody else who's playing. There's also gear that comes in some of these lockboxes that are stat bonuses. They give you plus to attack, plus to defense, plus mana. Those that I've gotten so far are temporary rentals out of a lockbox. They're only good, I believe they're good for 7 days. Is all they're good for, and then they disappear into the nothingness, and I no longer have that gear. Like I said, even if it doesn't become straight pay to win at some point, there is no doubt in my mind that I will hit a wall where I don't have enough gold just from playing the game to level up any of the abilities I have. I'm going to spend some time with just the current level trying to gain some gold to level them up some more. Whereas if I would just spend some money, I could get those leveled up right now. And for those of you who want to see, here are the prices of the cash shop currency that you can purchase through the Steam store. This time it managed not to freeze the entire client up whenever I opened it to see how much the cash shop currency cost. Now, I'm well aware when I criticize a game, I use a lot of sarcasm and even some hyperbole. And a lot of people aren't fans of that. But when I say this next thing, I mean it 100% honestly and truthfully. I am legitimately surprised there is not some sort of energy system in this game where it costs you energy to queue up for a game and it runs out every time, you queue up for a few games and you either got to wait to let it replenish or spend cash shop currency to replenish it. It surprised me once I got into playing this game that was not there. It's present in so many other games that are so much like this that it just kind of honestly took me aback a little bit that it wasn't there. And I was kind of looking for it and couldn't find it. But I guess probably what's going to happen is that the gold and the leveling up of your abilities and stuff, or like I said, or you're eventually going to hit a paywall with that where you don't have enough to level up and you got to either grind, best case scenario, or worst case scenario, pay money or get left behind, quite frankly. And the sad part is I realized while I was playing the game that it was doing what the best mobile games do, which is hook you with what is still some pretty fun gameplay, I will have to admit, but the way it was throwing currencies at me, giving me some lock boxes as I leveled up, giving me fast level up and progression, giving me new abilities to go in and customize, unlocking, you can see down there at the bottom, I've got 2 more slots left to unlock that you get just by leveling up. I was getting hooked on that stuff and the leveling up and having things thrown at me and customizing my character and jumping into new games. And so I had to really stop myself and be like, Troy, this is eventually going to end badly like it does in every mobile game ever. And I made myself uninstall it on principle because of all the problems I had and what I knew it was going to eventually become. Because it does get the hooks in you and it is a fun idea. It's an idea I would absolutely get behind if it was done well in a client that did everything it was supposed to do without all the either grind and or pay to win, at least pay to have an advantage, pay to progress eventually. Take all that away, I would absolutely support and play a game with an idea like this that was a client built specifically around battlegrounds in a World of Warcraft type style. So there you have it. I believe I've said everything I need to say about Endless Battle. If it's a game that you enjoy or you think you want to try, I'm not going to hate on you for it. I'm not telling you you're stupid. It's a game that I honestly, when I had it up and running, I kept wanting to play one more time and play one more time and play one more time. I have this new ability. Let's play one more time. It just gave me this gear. I've only got it for 7 days, so let's play one more time. I definitely found myself falling into that loop. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be what it is, and that's going to be every bad thing that there is about mobile gaming out there is what it's going to end up being. And so I just had to stop myself. I wish that wasn't what it was, but unfortunately that is what it is. So that's going to do it for this first look for Endless Battle, available free to play on Steam. You can check it out over there. Just all you have to have is a Steam account, download the client. It will eventually log in. You may have to close it and relaunch it a couple times, but it will eventually log in with your Steam account. And you don't have to create a separate account or anything like that. It did just take me in directly through Steam. So if you feel like checking it out, Endless Battle on Steam. I've been the Noob Fridge, Troy Blackburn. As always, check out MMOBomb.com for the latest news and information for all the free-to-play games in the universe. Thank you so much for watching this first look. Endless Battle is done. I am out. This could have been so good.